Hello everyone, welcome to Second Stone, The Legend of the Hidden World. This is a new game that is currently in production, and the developers reached out to me. I don't even believe this has a public demo yet, so this is basically just a preview build. So there's going to be some stuff that's still early in things, which I usually point out in my demo videos. But yeah, this one isn't even a public demo yet, so they're going to have some placeholder stuff and things like that probably. Sharon, you're not heading out without saying your goodbyes, are you? But basically the gist I get from this is it's like a big action RPG, and they specifically say they want to harken back to some like earlier generation kind of stuff. So I'm interested in that. So let's see what we got here. This is it, huh?
Careful out there.
Oh, okay. So this is it, huh, Sharon? Your first real adventure. So they're doing the VA thing, at least currently, where they just kind of say like a, generic bark at the beginning of their dialogue, but it's not fully voice acted yet. Do hope you'll find your spirit guardian, We never really made a big deal out of it, but I guess that goal in your heart was always to make you a great adventurer. I was misreading that terribly. Come on, talk to Violet before you leave. She's not great with goodbyes, but she'll want to hear it from you. Okay, cool. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we can go over there. It does seem like, at first I wasn't sure if this was going to be like totally open world, and like the full might be, but currently it wants me to go on this path very specifically. So you're leaving now, huh? Okay, this would probably have VA in the full release. You'll be back soon, right? I know you won't be away for long, but promise me you'll... Ooh. Why are you being possessed? Or something? Am I looking into the future? Is that what's happening right there? I would assume so. I'm seeing like a glimpse of the future and something's going to happen to you. The cutscene art definitely gives me like the Dragon Quest kind of like their 3D look that they're going with some of their remakes and stuff, and just like Dragon Quest in general. It also makes me think of, I think it was called Ari and the Secret of Seasons. It reminds me of that too. Hello. You look like you play the rogue in a D&D setting. Or you are the rogue. Well, you look cool. Hello. Are you my baddie? Second Stone in The Legend of the Hidden World. Here we go. There's our title drop. Okay, so... Seems like we have a glimpse of the future, and something is going to be happening, and I'm probably going to be fighting rogue person there. I imagine you're my big bad. I don't think that was one of us, just like in the future. I kind of liked the design of the character. The shoes were interesting. I don't know specifically what kind of shoe you would call that.
1,000 years ago, a new world was built in 6 days. A name was bestowed upon each day of the world's creation. The day of premonition, insurgence, upheaval, malediction, dissonance, and conservation. On the 6th and final day, 2 ethereal stones were created. Today, they are known as the Stones of Dusk and Dawn. The harmony of the whole world is kept in place by these luminary stones of balance. These 2 stones have never been found. Centuries have passed. The world and its inhabitants lived in peace and harmony. Plentiful harvests, health, prosperity, and happiness were the cornerstones of their lives. It was believed that the source of this affluence were their fabled spirits, mysterious specters which followed them through each of their lives. Sometimes, if one listened hard enough, their whispers could be heard. The spirits' mere existence was seen as an affirmation of character, and a sign they were blessed by the gods. A mark that symbolized life. However, in the forest surrounding the quaint village of Arimaya, the vigilant young hunter, Gren, rescued a wayward child who mysteriously lacked a guardian spirit. Against the fear and doubt of many, Gren decided to accept the boy into his home and raise him as his own, bestowing upon him the name Sheeran. Years passed as the cursed boy grew healthy and strong, despite his guardian spirit never returning to him. But he continued to train.
Whoa, you look sick.
Towards his dream of becoming an adventurer. An adventurer who would explore the hidden corners of the world. Hoping that one day, he would find his lost spirit.
Oh, am I gonna fall from the sky? Oh wait, no, it's okay, it's cutscene. I see. Thought I was gonna fall from the sky for a second. Hey, okay. Yeah, that was cool. There's also a very pretty spot too. Interesting. Okay. I do feel like that would be a stronger start even than what we had there at the beginning. But that might be something that they're still working out, like where they want the demo to start, because that like little sizzle reel and then just dropping me in right here is pretty strong. So I like that quite a bit, and the voice work in that intro cutscene was quite nice. Hello. I do want to see like how because God, you can do some combos. Rough Emberstone. Chipped magical stone containing the power of raging flames. Attach to your weapon to infuse your attacks with fire and unlock elemental effects. Attach it to your magic armlet to gain access to powerful fire spells and passive effects. Attach to your armor to increase your strength. Okay. So attach to your weapon to infuse your attacks with fire and unlock elemental effects. Magic armlet to create... Okay, so you attach it to your weapon to give fire element to your weapon. You attach it to your magic armlet to give you new fire spells. And then you attach it to your armor to just increase your strength attribute. So armor is for stats, weapon is for elemental attacks and affinities, and magic armlet is for new spells. You've discovered a mana stone. These rare elemental gems can be socketed into your weapons and gear to enhance your damage, boost your attributes, and unlock devastating magical abilities. As you explore, you'll find more mana stones than you can equip. Don't let them go to waste. Fuse your surplus stones into the ones you've already equipped to level them up. Ooh, okay. So I like when it's not just a waste, basically, like you're constantly just like shifting equipment around. I like the ability to kind of combine them and stuff like that. That's cool, because I think of like Neo or something like that, where you're constantly just like you're getting equipment, it's all just garbage equipment that you sell for like paltry amounts of cash and stuff. This at least makes it where your old equipment does kind of stay with you and just serves to improve your new equipment even more. Doing so improves their power, unlocks advanced elemental effects, and grants access to unique spell customization options. Casting a fireball, for example, casting a fireball with a rough emberstone launches a single fiery projectile. But with a radiant emberstone, that same fireball can be customized to split into 3 homing blasts that detonate on impact like a fiery cluster bomb, dealing splash damage to nearby enemies. Keep using often to stay ahead of your enemies and shape your magic to match your playstyle. That seems cool. Like being able to customize your magic and stuff that way. I do wonder how many variations there are, because that's very ambitious. Like that's a super cool idea, getting to change your effects like that. Because most of the time games just go for like a skill tree and you choose one or the other. But this is like, oh yeah, you can fuse the effects to make magic how you want and how it fits your playstyle. Beta jump, hold button to jump higher. You can also perform a double jump. Tap X repeatedly to perform a basic attack combo. You can do this in the air. There we go. That looks good. Boing. Ooh. That's a boingy. That's a boingy right there. Hello. Treasure. And a healing potion. A beautiful crystal vial filled with a red rejuvenating mixture. Used to heal your wounds, restoring a moderate amount of health. Oh, I think I got stuck. There's like a Yep, there's like a wall right here. There's like a, yeah, when you, but I think that's just because like, yeah, it's at an angle, so like when I'm trying to walk out, I want to walk this way, but I just tried to walk down, and then obviously there's a wall right there. But yeah, there's gonna be stuff like that since it's a demo and everything, of course. But these are why these things are sent out, so people can kind of bumble around in them and you know, find things and stuff. And give thoughts and opinions as well. So I do wonder if I have variations in my combos. Because currently I just mash X and you just do like a, you know, a Monster Hunter dual blades combo. That's my magic. Do we have any? I don't know if there's any. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to get some more tutorials on combat. There might be like some, you know, differences in combo. Like I can do certain things, but it seems like a lot of my stuff over there, because we have health potions in the top. Then, I don't know what that thing on the left is. Maybe mana? Because I'm guessing up at the top... Yeah, that's my mana. We don't have a stamina meter. It's good to know. Down, I don't know what that is. And then right makes me think of like a whetstone, but that might be the, that might be the Monster Hunter in me. Thinking like, oh yeah, because it has a sword, so I'm like, maybe? But yeah, when I initially saw this, I was like, ooh, this looks... Potion pouch full? Okay, I'm full up on potions. When I initially saw this, to me it looked like it was, you know, like trying to do like a Breath of the Wild thing or something like that. But I think this is different. I don't even really know if it's open world. I do know they have like some roguelike dungeons, I believe. I think I remember seeing that, which is cool. So it's like it has some roguelike stuff in it, and then there's dungeons on the map that you know can like be randomly generated and stuff. Ice shards. Mana Clash playing card. Mana Clash is a dice battler. Oh yeah, this game does have a card game. Yes. Mana Clash is a dice battler card game where strategy meets fate. Choose your hero, equip powerful gear, and harness elemental forces to build your deck. Use this card to improve your deck and battle players around the world to earn gold and unlock new cards. Ice shards. Roll 4 lesser dice for damage. If at least 2 dice rolls match, inflict freeze. Ooh, okay. So yeah, since it has dice, it's gonna be leading more like Pokemon TCG, which is interesting. But I love any time a game has like an optional like card game or something like that in it. Defeat the blue card sage and Mana Clash. Oh, you know I've got to. Rhymestone. Attach, activate an equipment card and gain 1 mana permanently. Crush. Roll 1 lesser die for armor, draw 1 card. Next action, inflict freeze. Yeah, so the emphasis on dice rolling and stuff definitely makes me think of Pokemon TCG. But yeah, I wasn't sure, like, when looking at it, I've been playing a lot of demos and stuff recently. I wasn't sure if this is going to be like a more open world fare. At least currently in the demo, this seems like, you know, like a fairly linear thing, which makes sense for a demo because you want a nice vertical slice with a bunch of things to do and see. So that absolutely makes sense. But I think the full game is open world. I can't quite remember. I'm getting a lot of things mixed up in my head with all the ones I've been playing recently. Just wanted to look through the menu here. Is there like an edit deck system? Like a deck editor, deck builder? Weapon, magic armlet, armor, relics. My crit chance. And then my stats, my attributes. So I'm wondering if we're going to be leveling up and changing those. I haven't seen like an experience meter or anything yet. Just kind of curious about all the systems here. Shadowhunter's Twin Blades, a pair of daggers designed for swift and silent strikes that resonate with mana stones. Refers Longsword, a perfectly balanced longsword that resonates with mana stones. Ooh. How do I switch weapons, actually? And in my magic armlet, I can't upgrade because I have these. So currently I cast Fireball. You might not be able to put it on armor yet. Mana crafted breastplate. It says I have 2 slots, but we might not be able to do that yet since it's a preview. And then we have relics, but we can upgrade this, the magic armlet. So fuse to next tier. Let's see. So fuse to next tier. Fire Emberstone. Fuse to next tier. Consume needed mana stones to upgrade Rough Emberstone. Do I want to do that, or do I just want to level it up? Ah, you gotta put in 4 just to get to the next level, though. But it does make it burn. Let's do that. Let's level it up. Okay. There we go. Good, good, good. Now, so select one spell customization. Okay, this is neat. So, oh my god, that's a few options too. Your spell creates cluster bombs on hits that explode in an area. Your fire effects now set enemies on fire, burning over time. Scatter shot. He spells fire 2 additional projectiles, so overwhelm them with quantity or quality. And then I can get charge spell. Charge cast. Hold the spell button. Launch a fireball, dealing major fire damage. Slow moving stream of flames at your enemies, dealing major fire damage. Okay, so this is like I forget the Dark Souls spell, but you know, there's fireball, but then there's also like I think it is just called incinerate. I like the idea of the cluster bomb. And since I have cluster bomb, I don't want fireball. I think I would rather... Oh, wait, we can't do incinerate because it's grayed out. That makes sense. Okay, so fireball and cluster bomb. That's fine with me. Okay, so we did that. We upgraded that. And then there... Oh, we have a tide stone, too. And there's probably going to be the 4 elements: fire, water, wind, and earth, I imagine. Okay. How do I equip my other weapon? We'll probably figure that out in a minute, but let's see what this is about. I want to see the deck builder. Like, I love this when it's in games, and I'm so excited. Stranger in my spot? Bold. You here to challenge me in Mana Clash?
I see.
Never played. Strategic game of cards and dice. Pure brilliance.
Take care.
Disturbing my focus. Come back when you got a deck worth shuffling. But I have 2 cards. I don't even know how to edit my deck, to be fair. So, like I said, that might not be in yet. We'll see, but you can get the cards to get an idea of like what it's going to be like. Like I said, I just love when that's an option in games. Like, Sea of Stars had like a little game like that. Obviously, there's Triple Triad. Bug Fables had spy cards. I just love it so much. Waypoint discovered. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, and then world map? Okay. So that might be... So I saw this and I was thinking like, yeah, you might just explore this world, but it seems like you teleport to points and then there's like a manufactured level around it, which quite frankly I prefer. Anyway, but once again, that might also just be for the demo build. We will see. Full recovery? Okay. And this is mining for more tide stones? Yeah. Rough tide stone. Yep. Increases my intellect, which is probably tied to magic. I would probably go more of a magic build in this, since I do like my magic. Let's go through here. Dive underwater and resurface. Yes. Quite a lot of nope, dive. Thank you. Eternal fine tide stone. Violent tidal wave? Ooh. That seems nice. The water and stuff seems pretty. I like how much color there is. I'm not usually one that knows enough about like various graphical fidelity and techniques and various things to really go in depth about that. But the water looks pretty to me, and usually you can just make me happy by having a game be colorful. And this game is not lacking in the color department at all. I'm definitely the type of person... I just perform basic combo. You can do this in the air. Press B to shift step. This is your best tool to dodge incoming damage. You can also do this in the air. Oh, you have like a little blink. Interesting. Oh, and enemies have like an aggro meter as well. Whoop. Okay, so that's the charge attack. 10-hit combo. Awesome. Perfect. Smokin' sexy style. Okay. So yeah, I do wonder if there's modifiers for this at some point, because that would be a cool upgrade to get. Like, it seems like it would be kind of hard to do, admittedly, with how so many of our buttons are already taken up by like spells and stuff. But I suppose you could do something that I've seen some other games do, where you just have like pauses in the attack strings. Like this just does a, you know, full combo. But if you do like X, hold X, and then okay, so hold X is a different charge attack. But if you do like X, pause, then XX, it leads to something different. I think like Hi-Fi Rush might have had that, as well as some other like hack and slashes that I've played. I did play one recently called Homura Hime that had similar things where like, yeah, you pause for a beat and then it leads to something different. Or you like light attack, charge, and then that leads to something totally different. Cool, cool. Would like to see, that's how we change. Okay, so that's what the weapon thing was there. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I like how the longsword feels more over the dagger, actually. I do like how the longsword feels. Okay. I should have checked, there is a reset camera button, but I should have checked to see if there was a lock-on in combat. A lot of times in these games, like in Souls and stuff, I use it, but in games like this, where the enemies are usually not as scary, I don't feel the need to do it as much. Time has molded the properties of the stone, used to upgrade weapons. Up here. Yes. I go over this way. Ooh, more of that. Alright. What is this? Oh. Oh, is that one of the shrine things I've heard about? Maybe? Oh, wait, no, it's just a treasure. Okay, I found a secret. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Rough Emberstone. Okay, good that there's like a quick, like, pick up all loot. Although there was one over there that didn't get included in it. But yeah, there's like a quick pickup. That's nice. So how many of those do I have now? I should try to upgrade again then, yeah? Yeah, we would need... Fuse to next tier. Oh, okay, so I was doing them all one by one. I was saying... Oh, I was going to mention, I was like, oh, it would be cool if there was a way to just be like, put all rough emberstones in. That's what this is. I thought this was something different. Like, this was upgrading it, but this was fusing it, which were two different things, was what I thought, but I think I misread the information earlier wrong. Consume needed mana stones, yes. Okay, there we go. Okay. So that was what I wanted. Yeah, I was thinking fuse and just, like, upgrade, like, put the points into them were two different things, but no, they're actually the same. So that fuse to next upgrade was actually the button I wanted earlier. I didn't mention the thought, but I was like, oh, it would be cool to have a, like, button to just use all rough emberstones, like, put them in here. Fire God's Amulet. A magical relic from an ancient civilization. Your physical attacks decrease your target's fire resistance by 20% for 7 seconds. Okay, that is neat. That's neat, because... And this is like early demo equipment as well, but something I always dislike in games is when you have equipment and stuff like this, but they don't like do anything interesting that changes your play style. Like, for example, if this just said your physical attacks do 5% more damage, boring. Don't like that. It's fine, and you know, plenty of games do that, and it's fine, but it's not interesting mechanically or changes how I play. But this, since it makes my targets, you know, lose fire resistance, it changes how I play because, oh, now I can make things weak to fire, even more so, and then it encourages me to use this even more, rather than my Tide Stone, which is neat. I like when the relics, you can actually kind of shape a build out of them, and I'm going for like more of a fire spell sword build, which is cool. So like that is our first amulet that we get. Like, so many big AAA games do this, and it's so disappointing. Like, the one that I can think of that is kind of similar in gameplay to this so far would be Final Fantasy, it was 16, right? Yeah, 16. The one with Clive that I played on the channel. Magical relic from an ancient civilization. Increases magic damage dealt. Okay, is that a relic? Okay, yeah. I mean, the only thing I would want here is a percentage mentioning, like, how much. I do always like my numbers. But once again, these are things that will probably be fixed, but I am trying to give, like, useful feedback as well. Because, you know, being in college and stuff, when you give your paper to somebody and they're like, oh no, it looks great, it's like, I can't do anything with that. You know? But this feels very fluid and nice so far. Like, the movement doesn't feel clunky or anything like that. I do wonder if I, what in the hell did I just do? What the? We have a time rewind? Oh my god, that's awesome. What? Sorry, I'm just finding all sorts of new stuff constantly. I was trying to click in. I don't think we have like a sprint or something. It would be cool if it had like, ooh, hello. Hello? Yeah? Yes? I'm checking some things. Okay, so that's one thing you can't do. You can't animation cancel, it seems. Not yet, at least. So, like, when I attack, like right there, I can press B, but my dash might not go off because I'm kind of stuck in a combo. Well, it seems like it's doing it now. Well, no, you can't cancel animation, though. Yeah. So there's no animation cancels. You gotta be careful when you're swinging because you are locked into that. Yeah, so you do have to be careful with that. Because, you know, it's encouraging you to basically make your swings and attacks a little bit more carefully. Because you can't just animation cancel out of everything. But animation canceling is usually something pretty big in these. Some games have them, some games don't. It really just depends on what type of combat they're wanting to go for. But the thing I was thinking about that led me to all of that talk was I feel like my body wants a sprint after this. Like, maybe that's the Metroidvania in me, but after you do this, if you keep holding down B, you just do like a little jog or something. But there might not be big enough areas to really warrant it. But that feels like something that would be cool to have. Fury Potion. A beautiful crystal vial filled with a yellow, invigorating mixture. Used to empower abilities, increasing your strength and intellect for 1 minute. Okay. So, how much is once again the question I have for that. Is that just... Oh, okay, so that's just that yellow potion, so that'll always be here. Also, I do want to check this. Ooh. Okay, so I'm guessing... So this one has, like, a little gem on it. Which I'm guessing means that's a rare. So... Currently... Bonus effect, plus 18 expertise. You have a 5% chance to evade incoming damage. I don't quite know what expertise is yet. It looks like range, so that'd be like dexterity, probably. Or maybe that's what dictates crit chance. But soak, your water effect dampens your enemies, making them vulnerable to lightning and ice. Okay, cool, as well, yes. I love when games that have elemental effects actually encourage you to use them in tandem with each other as well. Because so often, I don't actually want to fuse all of these because... Well, do I want to fuse this one? It turns it into a fine Tidestone. Okay, so let's just see what happens. What if I just fuse all of them? So I keep Soak. That stays. And... So I do think I catch some... Like, I lost some of the effects. So, yeah, I was wondering if you could, like, combine, like special rare ones to, like, get their effects to combine. It kind of reminds me of, like, combining monsters in Monster Rancher and wanting to get certain, like, effects and things. So, spell unlock, Tidal Blast, effect unlock, Soak. Okay, so I just have that because it's level 2. I see. But I'm definitely misunderstanding some of the stuff here. Your spell deals 30% more damage or pierces enemies. I'll go for power. Piercing enemies is good, though. Concentrated beam of water. Water spells have a chance to spawn healing orbs on impact. That's cool. Oh, that's fun. Interesting. So you switch to water if you're, like, you know, kind of doing rough health-wise, and you can use it to heal up a little bit. Neato. Alright, and then we hit that, which caused us to come over here and do this. I have so many thoughts that I can't get all of them out at different times, but I'm trying my best here. Cast a quick long-range spell. The spell you cast depends on the mana stone you've equipped in your magic armlet. I'd cast a charged long-range spell. Release when you see a flash to perform a perfect cast. So it's the one equipped in my magic armlet. So... Is there a quick way to change, like, what spells you have? I wonder. Okay, no. We have them equipped up there. Okay, 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 cool. And then you press LT and you can switch to the other ones. Or you hold LT. And that, like, gives me a little shield. Oh, so that's my block. I have, like, a Smash Brothers shield. Neat. Interesting. Okay, so I can use Yaxa's Sodal, the Delirious. Oh, hello. You have Evasion and Sparkborn. Uh-huh. Whoop. I tried to quick cast that. There we go. Alright, it's going off. I guess another thing this would kind of feel like, too, is a little bit like MMO combat in some ways, because there are, like, specific, things that you have to watch out for, and there's a lot of effects and stuff on the screen as well. It's just, like, a little bit more action-y, and you don't have to worry about, like, cooldowns and stuff as much. So that's interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah? What are you doing? You're shooting over there? Okay, you're charging up your laser. What are these little things? Are you just spawning these? There we go. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, your magic missiles, I'm sorry, friend. They're not working out for you. But I imagine that's just like a lightning effect where you just have random stuff coming down. Fine Sparkstone. Shiny magical stone containing the power of a roaring thunderstorm. Attach to your weapon to infuse your attacks with thunder and unlock elemental effects. Attach to your magic armlet to gain access to powerful thunder spells and passive effects. And attach to your armor to increase your strength and expertise attributes. Final Fantasy way back in the day calling lightning thunders still around. But in this instance it makes sense because it says containing the power of a roaring thunderstorm. But the thing itself is called Sparkstone, which means still electric. Yeah. Give me all those. Alright, so I've got 3 of those. That is not enough to upgrade to the next tier of lightning. But yeah, the energy potion. Restore my vigor? Is that what my mana is? Tidestones. Treasure. Ancestral Tree Branch, a magical relic from an ancient civilization. Greatly increases your maximum health. Alright, so that can... Oh, I have the slots locked. I don't need the max health right now. I feel pretty confident. You know, possibly incorrect to be feeling so, but I feel pretty confident. Okay, so I probably want to use this to jump to somewhere, yeah? Oh, I definitely do. How's that work, though? Do I want to get up there first? Up to drink a healing potion. Your current healing potion capacity is limited to 3. You can perform a weapon switch. You can do this mid-combo to perform switch attacks. Oh, God. Okay. We have switchblade skills, like from Bloodborne? Oh, that's fun. Okay, yeah, I was thinking about, like, different combos and stuff, but that's more interesting even than what I was talking about earlier. Because I imagine, like, kind of combos and stuff like that will happen. Let's see. So, weapon switch, you can also do this mid-combo. I don't see it switching. One sec. Let me try this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, but there's, like, a time. So, you gotta... I think? Let's see. Because yeah, I'm pressing the button right here. You can see down there in the lower left that like I'm pressing the button mid combo, but it doesn't quite work how I thought it would. Like you can do that, and then it seems like it just it does a quick attack, but it's not like doesn't seem like a crazy special one currently. It's just like you switch, and you do have to like take a pause, basically, is what I'm trying to explain here. So if I just mash X, this switch is never going on, or it does if I mash it. But it seems like you have to wait till the like end of a string for it to actually go off the switch. So yeah. So you can't just like swap like right then, which would be a lot to be able to swap on like basically any frame. But weapon switching being in is interesting because it could lead to potential what's it called? Animation canceling in the future. But, like I mentioned, it is demo, it is preview. They don't even have a public demo out yet, so a lot of these things are definitely subject to change. And just refinement. Game development and, you know, art, any kind of thing like that is a very iterative process. So, boing. These things are so satisfying to me. I want to poke one in real life. They feel like they'd be made out of, you know, like slime or some sort of goopy substance. It'd make good for like a fidget toy or some sort of stress thing. Alchemist Notebook. Magical relic from ancient civilizations. Greatly increase the potency of my potions. That's cool. Okay. So yeah, once again, another relic that does actually kind of change things a little bit. Because that makes you more into like an alchemist sort of build almost. What is this? This is that treasure chest I was trying to get earlier. Brave Hero's Gorget. Magical relic from an ancient civilization. Greatly increases physical damage dealt. Okay. So yeah, I like this one. The rest of these mostly seem like, you know, damage dealt ones, which is what I was talking about earlier. And they have their place. I just like to have some other ones as well to like kind of change the playstyle, because when I was talking about Final Fantasy 16 earlier, the most depressing thing about that game was there was only like 2 interesting accessories. Most of the accessories were just like, give you more HP, or you do this much more damage. And like, those things are fine to have, and they definitely have their place, but when they're the only things, that's rough. Because I barely interacted with the accessory system in Final Fantasy 16 at all, and that was the main reason for that. So, wait, I do need to go up there. It's saying my objective is up there at least. Bang, bang. I haven't actually played much of this series, but I'm wondering if this is also kind of similar to Yiz. Like, I've played one of the really early ones. Ooh, Mighty Ore used to upgrade weapons. Thank you. I have like 2 of those now, I think. Because I have like a different color one, I thought. But that might be a relic that I picked up. Don't seem like we can go up there. But, yeah, I didn't interact with the accessory system in Final Fantasy 16 much at all, because I think I got like 1 accessory that had an interesting, unique effect, and I just kept that one on for the entire game. I think it was something like when you dodge, you get a special attack, like counter attack out of it. And I thought a lot of the accessories in the game were going to be stuff like that, you know, changed how I played and how I performed mechanically, but most of them, like, I think except for that one and maybe like 1 or 2 others, were just, you know, stat stick accessories. Just, you know, they give me my stats and I'm on my way. They don't change how I think about combat or how I really play or anything like that. So I really like when accessories do some things like that. Obviously, you know, big crazy effects are harder to do sometimes, but even something as simple as like this, just fire, you know, your attacks lower enemies' fire resistance is really cool, because like, yeah, I use fire when I'm up close and in the thick of the fight, and then if I need to heal, I back off and use water. I got it. The orb. I ponder it. Good. Power Bead. A small mystical orb. Seems like a great power is flowing through it. Can be used to increase the power level of your astral tablet, increasing your overall strength and helping you overcome many obstacles in your adventures. Do I have a Sheikah slate? What is a tablet? Power of my tablet? What is that? Hello? Oh, hi. That's a big sword. Can I have that one? I want that one. Good pacing for a demo too. I gotta say, like, to just pause this and take a break really quickly. This music is cool too. Nice music. Something that I always struggle with in demos is when the devs, like, they'll have like a lot of front-loaded lore and stuff, which is good if it's like a full-fledged story demo, but for the sake of my videos and stuff, it's always really helpful to have a game that just like gives you a little bit, just the bare minimum that you need, and just drops you in. And this was perfect because it gave me a little bit, dropped me in, let me run around, play with the mechanics, see what all there was to offer, and then it hits me with a boss fight fairly early. Because that's usually the thing I want to see, especially in like my Metroidvania games and stuff. I want to see a boss fight within like an hour of demo, just to see what it's like, you know? And we fought like a mini boss earlier, but this seems like a much more epic one. So, big props for that. That's some good pacing there, I think. Not that I'm, you know, opposed to reading a lot of dialogue and learning about the lore and everything. It's just, ooh, and my weapon had a disadvantage, huh? Also, are you? No, fire seems okay to you. You're red, so I was trying to make sure that wasn't the case. But this game seems to be doing some interesting things with the elemental system and just combining everything together. Oh, we get a different one if we get like a ground slam if we do it in the air. I didn't realize that. They probably mentioned that somewhere. Eat that. Whoop. So yeah, I should probably switch to my daggers then? Nope. Okay, so no, you just resist physical damage altogether, I think? I think that's how this works. Yeah. I wonder if there's a reward for perfect dodging at all. Okay, got a 3-hit combo with my magic there. Oh, I'm doing so little damage with these physical attacks. Fire seems like the best way to go. That combo multiplier is very friendly. The window is massive, so you can really keep that combo going. Like, I waited for a pretty good amount of time there, and it was still kicking. I'm actually surprised that's the first time I got hit. Nope. Yeah, you can definitely do the same thing you can do in like a Souls. Just sniff your butt and we're good. Or stick close to your crotch. Whoop. Okay, I did get hit by that one. Alright, let's heal. I'm just trying to test the limits of things really quickly. Yeah, that combo timer is very friendly. Oh my god. I guess I should have put... Can I do that right now, actually? I can, yes. I didn't do this earlier because it wasn't as obvious as this. Oh, and I can do it here now. Yeah, okay. I hovered over this earlier and I thought since there was nothing there... Okay, that is super my bad, yeah. I didn't know that, like, I can see that there's a lock on these, but there wasn't on these. I thought I clicked on them, though. So we can increase our, strength and stuff here. Fire resistance. Oh, wow, the Sparkstones just seem... Oh, it's because they're fine. That's why they're better. Because these are just rough Emberstones. Bonus effect. Oh, and they have different effects depending. Interesting. It would definitely be nice with this system to have, like, a sort in here for, like, sort by, like, what bonus effects they have, particular stats. Or have some kind of indicator just on, like, the spot in the menu here. Without having to actually hover over all of them, just so you can find what you need. So I think Intellect would be the best thing to get here. And there's my Eternal Fine Tidestone. 5% chance to evade incoming damage. Like I said, magic seems just more effective against you, so I think that's the better call. This is expertise, which I don't think I need. We'll just put another intellect on. And then up here on my weapon, which we can put it on this. Do wonder if you're weak. Ooh, chain lightning, yes! Oh, that's amazing. Okay. That's amazing. I do love that. I'll put it on this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's see what that's like now. Can I also upgrade this enough? Ooh, I can. Okay, so power, your spell deals 2 spell customizations. Cluster Bomb, Scattershot. I'm gonna try Scattershot, Power, and Incinerate. Let's do that. Let's switch things up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, there were definitely some things I missed in the menu here. I guess it would be cool for fools like me that missed it to have like a little indicator aside from it just being empty to let you know, because I guess it's my screen too and the lighting in my room, because I'm realizing I do have more space on my magic amulet too I can put here. But it's sometimes hard for me to see like the little lock to let me know it's not there. But we don't have the other one, the Windstone, I suppose. Okay, so I have all of my magic on now. Sorry to pause combat for you, friend. So what is that like? Zip zap. Ooh, you can really zoop zap. Oh yeah, and my damage is way higher now. Oh my god, that spell seems amazing. What? Wow. Unimpressed. My character's just like, yeah, I don't care. Oh, whoa, we're locked in a battlefield now, though. That's fun. I am shocked that you don't resist fire. Like, that's surprising to me. Whoop, I tried to RB to dash. I did take a little bit of damage there. Yeah, my damage is stupid now. This thing seems like it can hit multiple times if you get the right timing and it's a big enough enemy. So, it seems quite strong. Fine Emberstone. Thank you. Oh, I got another bead. And this is like a special one? Because it's a different color. Aether Bead, a small mystical orb from another world. A volatile energy current is flowing through it. It can be used to greatly increase the power level of your astral tablet, increasing your overall strength and letting you overcome. Yeah. Alright. And then yeah, like obviously some of the cutscenes and stuff are clearly still a work in progress and there's some things to fill in. But yeah, this looks very, very nice so far, and a lot of the mechanics and stuff here seem really interesting if they can all come together in a satisfying way, which it already feels really good. Like I said, there's a little bit of like, I would expect some things to be added here, like possibly animation canceling. I don't know, it depends. Maybe some other ways to alternate combos, but it seems like you have so many options that you might not even need the alternating combo system if there's enough other stuff at play here. Alright, let's go. There's still a question mark back there. I don't know if I could have played the game or not. They said come back with a deck. And I don't know if I want to... There's a waypoint. Defeat the blue card. Yeah, rank 5 duelist. So let's go back here. I just want to check really quickly. Can I play the card game? Because I would love to. And I'm not sure... Because they said come back with like a proper deck. I was hoping it would be a situation where you would like give me just a baby deck and be like, alright, here's the tutorial. Basically. But I might need to progress more before I can. Are you here to challenge me? Never played?
Take care.
Come back when you got a Deathwork Shuffling. Okay, so yeah, I probably have to, in the demo, find enough cards to actually fill a deck. But like I said, I don't even know where in here, or if it's even actually in the demo. Like, maybe they have that character there, but you can't actually interact with them quite yet. We will see. Alright, let's, fast travel. Also cool to, have the fast travel and stuff already set up as well. I do like how the map is gridded like this. And it avoids the issue that I have with so many maps in video games where it's just a boring square to show a room. That's not helpful for making me realize where I am in physical space, but this already has some features that I like as far as maps go, where it actually shows the topography a little bit, so you can get a better idea of where you are. Because yeah, the Metroidvanias and stuff that I struggle with their maps sometimes, it's just like a blank room, basically. Like, it's just a rectangle, and it's like, this room isn't even spaced out like a rectangle. And those are in, like, you know, like full release games and stuff. Like, for a placeholder, yeah, I would understand having them not actually have the actual topography of the room. But I've also seen some instances in some games before where it is doing what I'm talking about. Like, the rooms do have topography, and then as the game goes on, it seems like they just, like, ran out of time or something. And the rooms are just back to being big, huge squares. But, yeah, it's always a struggle for me as someone that has a hard time with maps when there's, like, not actual topography or landmarks. Oh, God, no way. I definitely think that's a bug. I don't think that's supposed to happen, because I left. They did not expect me to leave. Can I just... No? That's very funny. So I respawned the boss because I turned around instead of walking through the door. I'll just defeat the boss again really quickly. It won't take too long. Okay, yeah, that boss got absolutely nuked. Incinerate is nuts, probably just because that is a big enemy. I think... since it kind of goes in like a line, I think it can hit the enemy twice while it's moving. Or, oh, it's like a shotgun. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. So I actually got another one. I don't know if it's actually going to give me a second one, but this is why they want people to test things. Unless you could just like refight them in general to like grind or something. But I don't think that's the case. I think that was just a funny because I teleported back. I think that was the case. It, like, you know, reset the encounter, basically. But this is the kind of stuff that they want people to find. Yellow. Ooh, pretty.
Premonition. The beginning of our end. Once we soared, dragons and men. Our end began not with war, but with a gaze. Cold, ancient, distant.
Is that a Gundam? Cool. Cool. God, I mentioned it in one of the other demos that I played recently, but God, I would love to be able to VA in a game someday. It would be so cool. Every single time I hear cool voice work and stuff, I'm like, oh God, wish that were me. Hello. Power bead. So just a free one. For getting here, I suppose. I like that it's on the hand. Power bead. Just two of them. Okay. It's probably like a reward for beating the boss, and then here's a waypoint we activate. Waypoint discovered. So many particles. We got a lot of glowies. Not the most glowy I've ever seen in a game, but we got a fair few little glowies. Very dark in some of these corners too. Like, that's some aggressive darkness. I don't know how it's looking in the video right now, but it's usually darker in the video than it is for me. I like the lighting though. I like that it feels appropriately dark in here. Is that my Sheikah slate? Okay. It's like a Sheikah frisbee or a Sheikah trip mine? So it really does look like a mine now that I think about it. An ancient device that emanates an eerie energy. It's locked with some sort of mechanism. The astral tablet gives you strength beyond the realm of your comprehension. You can access the astral tablet from the equipment menu. Okay. It's A to use power beads to level up your character. Oh my god, if you tell me we have a sphere grid system, I will cry. I'm warning you. Oh my god, we have a sphere grid! Oh, that's so cool! Okay, now the next question I have is it linear? It looks like it has branches. It might be linear in the demo, to be fair, but... Doppelganger. Shift warping creates a mirror image of yourself that mimics your moves for 7 seconds. The mirror image deals 20% of your total damage! That's so cool. That's so cool. See, this is once again, this is what I'm talking about. Upgrades that are interesting. Like, yeah, increase vigor by 5 and strength. Like, that's all fine. Those should be there in some instances. But you need some of these to make it really interesting. You know? To actually change how you play. This is exactly what I wanted. This really is sphere grid. Can I go down orange tree? I need big strength. Okay, so let's put that in there. Okay, and then for the big ones you need the purple. I see. Okay. Increase my vigor. Place power. Oh! Interesting. Okay, it's not that you're gated off from certain things by having the higher tier ones. You can just put higher tier ones in spaces you really like. Oh, that is fun. That is very fun. And yeah, vigor determines our health, which I'm fine with my health currently. So can I just skip that one, or do I need that to get to... Okay, I do need it. So yeah. It makes sense. I just thought I would check it, just to be sure. Yeah. Don't actually know what it's changing up there. Oh, wait. Oh, it turned and now I can access these. Increase your expertise, your intellect. Your perfectly timed charge spells infuse your weapon with dark energy, increasing damage done by your attacks by 10% for 7 seconds. Unleash the energy with charged weapon attack, boosting its damage by 30%. Once again, another cool way just to kind of change. So yeah, this is where it's really going to change like how your combat works and stuff. And there's already this much, and this is in like a preview build, which is quite cool. Because usually, you know, like demos, their breadth can vary and things, but it seems like they have like a lot of cool gameplay stuff in here already to showcase in the demo. Like I'm used to getting like one cool power or something, but we have like access to a bunch of the different types of magic and then all of these upgrades. Honestly, a crazy amount of skill trees and like customization and upgrades and stuff. Definitely feels like the kind of game where it would lean a little bit into the MMO kind of grinding aspect for getting like, you know, these things or various like good loot drops from an enemy and stuff, or farming for the crystals and things. So let's put one right there. I want to aether bead my intellect, and then I want this. Oh, and it increases your damage by 60%. This definitely seems like the type of game with the amount of customization that it has that you will be able to get extremely busted by going down certain routes. But I like that. Like, it's always a bummer when there's systems like this and they just, like, arbitrarily limit you. Like, if you have a deeply customizable system like this, like, it's just fun to just be very powerful. So there's something to be said about them letting you do that. Like, I understand in some instances when devs, you know, nerf something, if it just, you know, makes the game just, okay, well, why would you ever get any skill but this one? It's just one click and it kills everything. Like, I can understand that being nerfed. But, like, letting you be, like, pretty cool and busted and be, like, a little bit of a powerhouse with your build is satisfying, you know? So I like that. Increased damage of perfectly timed charge spells and weapon attacks. Yeah, so... There is timing. I haven't noticed the timing on any of my attacks and stuff. Usually that sort of thing is like a flash or something, I feel. Yeah, that right there. Okay, so they do have the flash in. Yeah, okay, and that's a good visual for it too, because you kind of see the purple energy flowing into you, and then it flows to a point where then it's like, okay, now you need to pop it. Which feels good. Yeah, I like that. So I wasn't doing that much earlier. That might have been when my conflagration was doing like big damage, was when I got that. So it said, attach 4 power beads to the astral tablet to open the gate. I already did that. Didn't I? Didn't I do that? Oh, it is open. Oh, okay. We just had to walk back here for it to notice. I didn't know which gate it was talking about. I thought it was talking about that one up there, but yeah, this one. So not a Sheikah slate, just my sphere grid. And you will be gated off by how many like level ups and stuff you have. Wonder what we do with currency actually. Because most of the items I've just been kind of picking up off the ground, and I don't think there would be well, there might be equipment for us to buy. We might be able to get like different versions of these weapons. Hello. Strike an ancient cube with a mana stone powered weapon to move it. Like, why would the ancient cube just... Ooh, move it even further. Okay, can I hurt enemies with these? Hello. That's my question. Oh, I can! Yeah! Oh, it's always fun when that's an option. Yeah? I don't think it hurt the big one. Did I just jump off your head? I think I did. Uh-huh. Burn. Oh my god, did you see that damage? Did I just say Fire God's Wrath? Oh. I gotcha. Yeah, that feels satisfying and cool. Yeah, everything here feels pretty good already. Like, movement and everything. Obviously, there's some refinement and stuff that's going on, but the music sounds great. There's obviously some refining that's going to be going on with, like, the cutscenes and stuff, but that's all to be extremely expected with, like, a demo or preview build. Tome of Light increases light damage. Oh, is that the other element? Light? I would have expected Earth. Crimson Ore, used to upgrade weapons. Cool. But yeah, I already like the feel of this. It seems like it'll be a good, fun, like, little character customization, hack and slash kind of time. And I am interested to see, like, where story goes and stuff. Ooh. Is there a reason? Is there a reason to do such a thing? Didn't spawn a treasure chest or anything. No Zelda da-da-da-da-da for me. But I do wonder if that's helpful for some reason. Like, lighting something like that up, I'm thinking move the things into a certain configuration and it maybe unlocks something as long as both of the torches are lit. What is this? Nothing? Apparently nothing. I do like the blend of platforming as well as the combat in this too. It's quite nice. I think there was a wall there, or I just stalled in the air and couldn't make it. But the blend of the platforming with the combat and everything makes it feel good to just run around and play. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I do wonder what other types of weapons they have too. Because right now we have the sword and the daggers, and you know both of those are to be expected. Do we get a spear? I do love my spears. I didn't actually mean to do that. Meant to do... No. Yeah, I just want to move the top one. Oh, since they're stacked, I don't think that works. I did move this so I can... Oh, I thought that was like a secret room I could go into. Oh, I can push them in there, though. That makes sense. Okay, so this is a block pushing puzzle. For sure. Okay. That's why these little alcoves exist. I thought there was somewhere I can go, but no, that is not the case. They are still helpful, though. Go this way, please. Yes. Now this way? Nope. Ooh, I might not be able to do that, actually. Like, will that get me where I want to be? I think it will. Yeah, there we go. First keystone piece. Curiously shaped old device. Find and combine the other keystone pieces scattered around this area. They must be part of some ancient mechanism. Okay. I didn't really see where any more might be, but that's probably for a secret of sorts. What's that treasure at the end of the hallway? Hello? Got another one. My little jingle. You got a moon. Thank you. Yep. I can level up again. Oops. And then that? Oh, okay. Cool. That's nice. That's not something in the center, right? No, it's not. So, yeah, sure. Increase my strength. Good. It also reminds me of the level up system in Yakuza as well, of course. It's fire attacks to ignite certain objects to light the way. Yeah, currently I have lightning attacks, so... on my sword. Can I? Not quite from there, it seems. But yeah, spectral ore. That's why this area is so aggressively dark, because they're going to be using this torch mechanic, which is cool. I like when you actually lean into lighting and stuff like that in games. It'll never not be sad that Dark Souls 2 had an entire lighting-based, like torch darkness-based system. And you can still see kind of remnants of it in the early parts of Dark Souls 2, but they just did away with it. The torch ended up not being that important at all, actually. But games leaning into lighting systems is really cool. Hey, Stalfos. Okay. Fire God's Wrath. Don't know what that means quite yet. I'm imagining it's some sort of, like, thing that I did. Yeah, so I've already done the little thing it's telling me down there. Let's see. Do I want to get you on there? I don't think so, actually. But I want to knock this torch down here to... Never mind. There we go. Oh god, was I supposed to jump over here? Okay, I think there was a wall there. I thought for a second I might have gotten stuck. Alright. But my god, when you have something that's like this open and freeform with the movement and everything, I'm sure there are many instances of where you can get stuck. There's just so many of those to find in games like these. You jump in the wrong spot, you get stuck in an animation at the wrong time. You know, QA testers and stuff don't get enough respect. Especially since when games, you know, do fully release, especially AAA ones, people will be like, ah, QA didn't test this. It's like, QA probably did test it. The bosses probably just didn't deem it that important. You know? There's so many stories about QA testers being like, oh, I brought this up, and they were like, nah, that's not in, we'll fix that in a post-release patch and things. Good. I think I've hit them all. Second keystone piece. I was going to end there, but I was kind of like, I keep being like, oh, I'll see a little bit more. I'll see a little bit more. Just a little bit more, you know? Now I'm like, I want to finish the keystone piece. I was originally intending to end just right after the boss fight, but then I got talking, and then while I was talking, I just moved forward a little bit to see what we're dealing with. There you go. You did a little charge too. Yeah, the damage on my fire shotgun is great. Find the hidden power bead. Oh, hello. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Interesting. And they gave me a little update thing to let me know that it was going to be there as well. Which I might have been able to just find on my own. Power bead. Yep, and then we can do this. Level up our character again. Increases damage of perfectly timed hits. Let's go ahead and throw that in. Okay. So yeah, that's an interesting system because you are actively encouraged to explore because, you know, power beads aren't just like a progression blocker, like you need this many to progress, like, you know, stars or something, but you can effectively upgrade your character with it as well, which is fun. Because it gives you further incentivization. Oh my god. Rhymestone. Oh wait, I was thinking there was just going to be 4 elements, but you can only equip 4, but there's going to be even more than that? That's cool. Because yeah, this is ice, and they mentioned that earlier, which ice is always my favorite element to use. So that's interesting. And we get Ice Spear! Pierce, spell moves 50% faster. Let's go for Pierce. That looks good, that looks good. Okay. Whoops. That was the wrong thing to do. Hey! And it goes through, too. And I can just keep firing. Okay, that seems pretty good for groups. I love my ice. Wait, what the hell? That's a golem. Oh. And that's a shockwave. Okay, obviously you resist fire, which makes a ton of sense. There we go. What are these? Is this earth? Or is this light? Landstone, yeah, there we go. Increase vigor. So yeah, there's probably an element for each of the main stats, which makes sense. Eternal? Ooh, that's a powerful one. Okay. And then... Ah, and then there's the third keystone for the door. Yeah. Alrighty. And then there's whatever this is. Hello. Sun is born in the east and rests in the west, warming the southern lands as it journeys across the sky. As shadows grow long, face the northern star, and the light's warm embrace shall lead you forth. That sounds like a puzzle. Inspect the environment for clues, yeah. Something scribbled on this dirty paper. This godforsaken dragon riddle looks like it's getting the best of me. For anyone finding themselves in the same predicament, you need to activate the pressure plates in the following order. Right, left, down, up. My speed is not what it used to be back in the day. I'm just too slow to reach the last pressure plate before the first one resets. Oh, okay. So they do just straight up tell you. Because, yeah, I was like, this is just a puzzle to tell you which one to interact with. But right, left, down, up. There we go. So that allows me to get up there. Is that leading out to a new area? It is. Also treasure. Deadeye compound bow, yes! Masterfully crafted compound bow that resonates with mana stones. Either equipped it as a primary or secondary weapon to deal physical damage. Yes! Okay, cool. So now I have bow as well. And it seems like it's going to just be a different option, basically. Let me put a... Let's put the Eternal Rough Landstone on here. Why not? And then let's change this to the bow. Attack pattern damage multipliers. Oh, that's cool. Okay, cool. So that's one of the differences. Not only does the longsword do higher base damage, but its final attack in the combo, much like, you know, like Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of things like that, does increase damage. Even Mio had a modification you could put on to make it where the final attack in the combo string did extra damage. So that's cool as well. There's a lot going on here, which I find I quite like. Give me a bow. Okay, so you do have a bow option if you want to go the bow route, but you have the freedom to swap to something else if need be. I don't usually play a bow in these, but this would be useful in certain encounters. For sure. Alright, let's open this door. And then that might be where we end, because I do have other stuff to record. But this has been nice so far. Yeah. Like I said, not even the public demo yet. Hello? Oh? Explore the ancient Ysidrian tomb? Is this the thing? Maybe this is the thing. These are like the, generated dungeons. Because I remember seeing that, like on the page or with the stuff that the developer originally sent to me. Hello? Let's go over here. How in the... Because they're moving there, but did either of you... Any of you lower at any point, or... Oh, well that works. I don't know if that was the intended way. I kind of balanced on that little railing and then jump up here that... But maybe a double jump would have just gotten me there. Also haven't mentioned the fact that the game has a double jump. Always love when a game has a double jump. It is the best Metroidvania upgrade for a reason. I'm thinking we'll probably get extra traversal abilities and stuff too, like maybe a grappling hook that jumps us up to certain points. This feels like the kind of game too, which, you know, maybe this is something that's like on that's like on their list of ideas and stuff. This seems like the type of game where you would have like the teleport stab that Noctis has in Final Fantasy 15. Where you like throw your sword and then teleport to them. That seems like it would be an ability that you would unlock at some point with like some kind of weapon or something. It just seems like the kind of game that would be made for that. I would also love like a stinger that I could do, which in like Devil May Cry, a stinger is like you you dash forward and stab with your weapon, which I guess that's kind of it. I guess that's kind of it, yeah. But just something to like get you to an enemy quickly, or the ability to pull an enemy to you. Power bead. Okay. Here we go. So I got another one of those. So yeah, I think that's the shrine things that they're talking about. I believe. Whoops. Gotta do this to open it. So we did a pretty good amount of the stuff in this, honestly. Like I said, it feels very good, especially for an early peak demo at it. And there's a lot here that they needed to polish to even put something like this together. So the fact that it looks as nice and is doing as well as it is quite good. Because I have played some demos that have not been polished enough for a public release. Hell, I've played games many times that have not been polished enough for a public release. So, like, there's definitely been other games on the channel that I've played where this already feels more polished than those. Which, you know, game development's hard and everything, so I totally get it. You know, some things come up and all of that. It makes sense. Yellow. Oh, jeez. Hi. Shadow me? Or did I just get possessed? Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. More premonitions and stuff. But I think the devs have nailed what they're going for. Because to me, this feels like what a lot of those early Xbox and Xbox 360 kind of games that Microsoft was greenlighting at the time, like Cameo, quite frankly, a lot of the Rare stuff. Cameo, there was another one I can't remember the name of, but like, yeah, this sort of thing where you're running around in worlds like this, you customize your character, you have different powers, and you do combat. In Cameo's case, you like transformed into creatures or things like that, but the Cameo box art lives rent-free in my head. But yeah, it feels like that sort of thing. This definitely feels like it's, you know, it's an idealized version of those games back then, basically, which I love. I love that. I love games reaching back to things from, like, basically my teenage years with those sorts of games. Like, I love my 3D collectathons and stuff, but there's also something to be said about that very magical time of, like, early, what was that, 5th gen? 360 was 5th gen, wasn't it? 'Cause, let's see, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. So yeah, 5th gen. 5th gen games where like, you know, getting into that like higher fidelity graphical sort of look in 3D environments and stuff, but they also started having a lot of particle effects and the worlds were a bit more open and stuff. But I always loved the kind of art style that this is going for, more than just like the brown shooters and stuff that you had around that time. So yeah, this was a fun time. Thanks to the devs for reaching out to me and giving me a chance to play it early. And I'll leave the link to the game in the description if you want to check it out yourself. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for something else.